This is the International School of Innovation's final English assessment review for the academic year of 2017-2018 for grade 10. Now looking at this image here, it might be disturbing to some. Did you notice? The icons of Facebook, WhatsApp, and Snapchat are on corpses' toes, where usually identification is hung as this is. Now, what kind of impression do you get after looking at these illustrations? You feel like maybe these social media might lead to death? Okay, let's look further into this. Looking at these two phones colliding into each other, what does it look like to you? Give up? Can you take a guess? Okay, two cars crashing into each other, and the reason might be text messaging. Exactly. Okay, so I guess this text will be about the problems with text messaging while driving. The topics covered for the final assessment term will be as followed on this paper, and you can also get some hints through the augmented review worksheet that's similar to this recorded review as well. Okay. Christian Reid, 18, was driving to a birthday party in March when she decided to text a message to a friend. She swerved off her side of the road, narrowly missing mailboxes, and slammed her Toyota Camry into a concrete barrier. The front and left sides of her car were entirely crushed, and she had to crawl out of the passenger window to escape. I used to text while driving all the time, Reid said. I knew it was dangerous, and I never thought that I would crash. If my parents had known, they would have killed me. Teens and adults are increasingly learning the consequences of texting while driving. While deaths due to drunk driving has decreased, DWT, or driving while texting, has become a leading threat to young lives. Since the first documented crash in Colorado in 2005, there have been numerous text-related car accidents. Although no one has done an official study on how teenagers text while driving, a survey by nationwide insurance companies estimates that 19% of all drivers text message behind the wheel, with 35% of them between the ages of 18 and 27. Reid feels lucky to be alive after her texting accident and was startled by how fast the accident occurred. It was just, "Happy birthday, Dylan." It was short, Reid said of her message. I wasn't hurt, but I was scared out of my mind. I had only looked away for a minute max. All existing state laws concern cell phones forbid the use of a handheld device, but do not explicitly ban text messaging behind the wheel. According to a 2007 Zogby online poll, 83% of people agreed that text messaging while driving should be illegal. Also, 48% of adults between the ages of 18 and 27 would support a ban on texting while driving. One DWT crash made headlines in June. 17-year-old Bailey Goodman and her four friends were driving 60 miles per hour in her SUV. Goodman wound up the two-lane highway. Suddenly, she swerved out of her lane and into oncoming traffic, colliding head-on with a tractor-trailer and bursting into flames. 9 people who witnessed her car burning called 911, but neither Goodman nor her friends survived. Police searched for 1 month for the exact cause of this tragic crash. According to an article in the New York Times, they considered speeding, driving inexperience, and numerous distractions Goodman had while traveling up the dark highway, but none explained the swiftness of the accident. Finally, they found the reason: a cell phone. Within seconds of the accident, Goodman had received text messages at 10:05 p.m. and had looked away from the road to respond at 10:06 p.m., the Rochester police told the New York Times. Although this lesson came too late for Bailey, Goodman and her friends, police, politicians, and teens across the country hope that people will learn from these texting tragedies. I would never consider driving while texting again, Reid said. It was probably one of the dumbest things I had ever done. I knew it was wrong and did it anyways. Trust me, I've learned my lesson. Number 1. What two main reasons behind car crashes caused by text messaging while driving are stated in the above text? The two reasons are stated in paragraphs 2, 3, and 6. Teens like Christian, Reid, never think of the dire results of texting. While driving. In addition, the existing laws do not explicitly ban text messaging while driving. How is Kristen Reid's case similar to Bailey Goodman's? How is it different? In both cases, we have car crashes due to text messages. However, in the first case, Reid's, Christian remained alive. while in the second, Goodman paid her life with her friends. Why does Cherish James rely heavily on live examples to support her point of view? For this question, you can note that the two examples of Reid and Goodman reinforce the writer's credibility and objectivity. After all, that is what's happening in reality. In addition, the two examples demonstrate the horrible effects of text messaging by teenagers. So make sure to note that the examples reinforce the writer's credibility and objectivity. Now, don't forget tone versus mood. Okay? Tone is the author's attitude. You can recognize him an attitude by the word choice, the language, what opinions are given, how the subject is presented either positively or negatively, and make sure to revise your tone and mood worksheet. Now, what is the thematic relationship between the introductory and concluding paragraphs? The writer starts with Christian Reid's problem and ends with a solution to her problem. In this sense, it is a cyclic relationship. It starts with Reid and ends with Reid. Okay. Describe the tone reflected by Reid's word in the last paragraph. Reid's word in the last paragraph or the concluding paragraph reveal a tone of remorse, regret, mature thinking, and consolation, resulting from a personal experience. She has learned her lesson and will not repeat such a heedless behavior on the road. Thus, her tone is informal and personal. Alright, write a 1 to 2 sentence summary of paragraph 3. You must read paragraph 3 again and summarize, taking the main ideas and putting them into a sentence summary. Here's an example. Cherish James believes that teens and adults have almost learned how dangerous text messaging while driving is, especially after the dramatic increase of text-related accidents that claim so many lives of so many. Okay? Alright. Now, what's important for you is to look at this image and see what's going on. He's texting, eating, about to hit this boy. What will happen? I want you to think of a metaphor. Time, you thief, it says. So is time a thief in this image? Is it as scary as the movie, as a simile would describe? Could also be irony. Can you think of an irony? That someone were text messaging and saying, I will be right there, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Something happens and they're not? Could it be a personification where you talk to your phone like it's a real person? Okay, I want you to remember all of these types of figures of speech and focus on all of them. And here's a hint for you. Important, okay? Now for the writing. Very often, in the name of overprotecting and loving our adolescents, we spoil them by giving them unnecessary cell phones, car, or extra pocket money, and consequently subject their lives to danger or harmful things. Discuss the above statement, focusing on the case of an adolescent you know or have heard about, who was totally spoiled due to his parents' irresponsible and immature behavior and protection. Okay, make sure you have your thesis statement. Make sure you focus on the topic, have a developed introduction, body, and conclusion. You can talk about what necessity is and how we can define it these days. Okay, good luck. Make sure you ask If you have any questions, talk to me, and have best wishes for your exam.